But are you guys ready for this? This is who we're running with in our college football 2026 dynasty. The Memphis Tigers. We are rolling with the Memphis Tigers here. I set up the pre-draft board to set up all my dynasty on Heisman. I didn't mess with any of like the max transfers, anything like that. That felt like too crazy to get into a little bit here just to start here. So, I did notice one thing that's going to make this dynasty a little easy, and maybe I'll just refrain from using them. I kind of already did because I kind of played with it, but when you got the early release, they gave you 100 and some like coins already. So like I could max out my recruiter already, and I don't think I want to do that. I started to and I did quarterback, but that seems a little cheap. So I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I'll just keep the coins. And as I get them, I'll use them just to keep this a little realistic here. But we're rolling in here, man. This is it. We're gonna roll with Memphis. So I'm gonna play probably 2 games tonight. Again, these will be my first games ever, which means I'm gonna schedule a cupcake week 1 just to get my feet wet here a little bit here. But I have to set up all this other crap here. This should be pretty quick here. Redshirt some guys here. Sophomore year, never going to play. And we'll set the depth chart real fast here. Freshman. Yeah, you guys won't play. Sorry. I need to save you. Your eligibility, you two, big dog. Definitely you guys. But we are going to run with Memphis Tigers, baby. I like to do a little bit. Here's my process. I need to know what the quarterback is like, right? He's got to be a little bit mobile, be able to move a little bit, but not overly mobile because I do try to stay in structure and I do try to read things out a little bit and work that way. So they got to be able to throw the football. Uniform combinations are huge. Memphis has a million of them. Grays, blues, whites, blacks, you name it, man. They've got it going on. I'm gonna redshirt that senior. Actually, no, I'm not. Because he might be a pass rusher, situational pass rusher, given that speed and acceleration there. Memphis has a million. Memphis' stadium fits in, I think it's 50,000 people as well. And it's a pretty cool design. So that played into it as well, into being Memphis. And then again, I'm always going to start, always going to start as a G4, a G5, G6 program, I guess now. Always going to start as a G6 program. Never going to start as a P4 program. Even though I thought about taking a pretty crappy P4 program like Northwestern or Wake Forest or something like that. I didn't go with it. And we're still gonna go G4. So let's set up our board here, man. And we'll get into some games here. So my quarterback is a senior, and given the depth of my quarterback position, I didn't see a quarterback that I would really love to play moving forward. Luckily, there are lots of quarterbacks who are interested in me. A 4-star, second on the list. Pocket passer, though, I tend not to recruit pocket passers. Backfield creator, I will take a look there. Let's sort by stars here. 10th here, dual threat, definitely going to look there. Dual threat, definitely going to look there. Pocket passer, pass, dual threat. Backfield creator, dual threat. We'll start there with the quarterbacks, because that's 3 and 4 stars there. So, but even before I do anything else here, let's just scout these quarterbacks. What's the deal breaker, man? What do you mean? You're going to play. Why can't I scout? Well, it's not going to let me scout him because you have the deal breaker. Nice. Love that. Maybe it's because I put so many quarterbacks on my board already. That might be it. I bet if I take some guys off, he'll pop back out. Throw power 88, speed 82. What are we sitting at here? Speed 79. Yeah, you're canned. No. 82's fine for now. I don't love it. Throw power 85. Okay, I can rock with that. Still no gems in these quarterbacks, though. 79, no, you gone. Yeah, you can't play. And next what I'm going to do is, if I take all these guys off, it's just going to make this guy happier because these guys aren't that great. So if I back out now, will you be happy? Will you be happy? No? Okay, let me take them all off. There we go. Okay, now let's recruit this. Let's at least scout the guy. He's terrible. All that for that? Okay. So I found the quarterback that we're going to go with here. Again, let's sort by stars. QB. I believe it was Barger. Let me take a look at both these guys. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was... We'll take a look at Casey, even though he's listed as a... Man, these guys aren't good. Somebody save me. 74 speed. So I believe it's Barger's the guy I'm going to go with. There was an 85 speed somewhere, though, too. Rough pickings early on here, man. Let's take a look at these guys again. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Pure runner 3-star. I don't even know if I looked at him. Okay. Who was it? Who was it? 85. It was Soto. 93 speed. Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. So clear off everybody. I don't recruit JUCO. JUCO's stupid. I'd rather just transfer a guy in at that point in the portal if I get a good guy to transfer in. That's my quarterback that I'm going after here. So now what I'm going to do here, again, starting as a G-Force team, I can't go all out. I can't go balls to the wall. So we'll just sort by interest and by stars. I got a 4-star wide receiver interested. That'll work. And an edge. Not a quarterback. I already got my quarterback. 2-star, I'll pass on for now. Edge. Sam, edge. Pass on these 2 stars for now. We'll come back to him if we have to. I would love to not come back to him. I got some 4-stars, man. Let's just load up on 4-stars to start. Let's just load up on 4-stars here to start. Because, again, my board's going to start small. You have to keep your board to start small. You can't give points to 35 players. You can give points to, like, in my opinion, like 12 to really go hard after them. And, like, I could load up on 4-stars. Maybe my whole board right here. So this Memphis turnaround might be pretty quick if this is how this is going to roll. All right. So we're going to start here. And we'll just scout these guys. And after that, we'll move on. Again, I have made the conscious decision. I got 110 free coins for early access. I'm not using them. I'm not going to use them because that would be real cheap. I feel like that would be real cheap and kind of defeat the whole purpose here. All right. All right. So these edges are being a little picky because of playing time and deal breakers. I don't recruit JUCO. Get that off the board. All right. I have not found a gem yet. Hey, there we go. Just on cue. A lot of good wide receivers. A lot of wide receivers want to come to Memphis, I guess. Another wide receiver. All right. Corner. Still only one gem out of all this so far. Dude, this is a brutal start. Give me something. This is like opening a pack of cards, right? You hope for something good, and I'm getting absolute dog shit. And I'm out of points. Great. I got 1 gem there and 2 edges that have playing time deal breakers. All right. Cool. All right. Again, setting up my schedule here. I'm gonna schedule a cupcake right away. Not an FCS team. Those are really stupid. But I'm gonna get my feet wet here. I could go Akron. That's maybe too big of a cupcake. Let's see here. Delaware would be way too big. FIU is too big. I considered FIU for my dynasty as well, but a 69 overall is rough to start. James Madison, Kent State, Kennesaw State. I feel like they did a really good job of nerfing the rankings this year. Like, I felt like I did a Texas State Dynasty last year. And in Texas State, a team that couldn't even win the Sun Belt was an 80 overall. So I think they did a good job of nerfing the rankings a little bit this year. We got a lot of teams in the 60s. A lot of teams in the 60s. Let's open our season against Southern Miss. Let's do Texas State. Let's do Texas State. I have just been talking about how I did a Texas State Dynasty last year, so 79. I'm going to schedule a ranked opponent here, though, once I get my third game. BYU would be a decent one, 79 overall. Definitely not one of these bigger blue bloods. Tech is very good because they spend a shit ton of money. Let's go BYU. Let's schedule BYU at home. They got to come to us. Georgia State, fine with that. And then we're in the Sun Belt. And I got one more here. I feel like I need to probably schedule a decent opponent here, too. If I'm undefeated, knock on wood, to potentially push for a playoff spot. SMU or Louisville speaking to me here. One of these two. Let's do Louisville and versus. That way I have one more opportunity for recruits to come as well. Yeah, we'll roll with this. That's a decent schedule. So we're going to start against Texas State here. And Georgia State. So we have two maybe kind of cupcakes here to start. Going to check my depth chart real fast here, and we're going to dive right in. I've heard some cool stuff about some depth chart stuff, potentially. Like gadget player. Some stuff like that added. My wide receivers, I've got one pretty good one, and then it drops off pretty well after that. Pretty far after that. Cool. Decent-ish tight ends. Not great. Okay, 83, 78, 73. I bet I can find an upgrade somewhere here. Maybe not. 75, 77. Not a great offensive line, but hey. Hey, I got a pretty decent pass rusher there. I'm not even going to care about these running or linebackers because covers linebackers, the linebackers I'll play. So, oh, that's going to be rough. I might have to just play exclusively like off zone. All right, safeties. This is where it can get a little interesting. 80, 74. This guy's probably starting at strong safety. Got an 81 here. So, Young. Isheem Young is still playing college football. I remember Isheem Young when he was at Iowa State, and then he went to Texas or North Texas. Or no, he went to Ole Miss and then North Texas. And now he's at Memphis. My God. Isheem Young still kicking. Power back. I'm going to keep it as my normal guy. The third down back. I'm sorry. Power back. Yeah, you can take the power back. So when in 2025, when they ran the go-go offense, I would put my running back as the slot receiver. I'm considering still doing that because a lot of the jet touch passes still go to your slot receiver here. So I'm still going to do it. I feel less great about it because the go-go offense is no longer in the game. But for now, we're going to roll with it. So here's where we get some pass rush, into some pass rush. 80, 77, 80 speed, 82 strength. Brumsfield, 75. Is that not who was just over here? No, way low. Okay. 73, 73. Yeah, I mean, that's our best bet there. So here's where we got to check coverage. Agility. I could use her, this guy. This guy's going to make a lot of plays for me. I can tell you that right now. I'm not putting a 5'10 guy in there. Again, if the agility sucks, I can't play him. That's not terrible. I can work with these two. Watts might make a lot of plays for me. Nose tackle. Oh yeah, here's Gadget. So again, Gadget, I'm also going to put as my running back. I'm going to get this guy as many touches as I can. All right, gameplay time. That took way too long. Let's get into this. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on how many coins I get. Again, I started with the 110 coins because of early release, but that would make this dynasty way too easy recruiting-wise, and I'm not going to burn them all like that. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. So let's get into some recruiting. I still have some 4 stars I really need to check out, man. If I could find a gem somewhere, please, anywhere, somebody be a gem. Somebody. My God. 1 gem so far. 1 gem so far. Oh, my God. 1. Get out of here, then. Somebody, please save me. I mean, I'm going to have to move on to just recruiting because I'm going to waste all my recruiting points trying to find a gem. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Not a single gem in this batch? Please. There's... Okay, 2. I only have 60 points left, and I need to recruit a quarterback, so that was brutal. Brutal. Offer him a scholarship. And let's... Can only send 50 at him? Wait, why? Okay. I unlocked all that stuff, but that's fine. And I'll just offer the scholarship too. There was another gem up here. Was it a wide receiver? Yeah. There we go. There's recruiting for the week. That's brutal. So my board might be very small to start this dynasty because brutal. My God. All right, another guy locked us out. That's fine. Natural selection, baby. All right. What are we seeing? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. There was another gem down here. Oh, it might have been the guy that locked us out. That's great. Okay. Hey, one of these guys took the deal breaker off, though, so let's... This is unbelievable. Oh, my God. The worst recruiting class in the history of college football. Anybody. Anybody at all. Somebody save me. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to put 50 on him. And Lurker. Can't play. Classic. All right. So this is my board to start. I wish I could figure out if I could recruit that tight end, but apparently I'm already recruiting some tight ends. So I did see a physical route. Okay, physical route runner. That's new. That's pretty cool. These guys make awesome tight ends. These guys make awesome tight ends. So I'm going to recruit him as a tight end. All right, what position am I lacking here? I've got a wide receiver. I've got another 4-star. I need to go after the 4-star here. But maybe I go after the edge instead. Okay. I've got points to go after multiples. That's a lot of wide receivers. A speedster. What was the speed here? 92. That's not that great. Okay, let's get a corner. Let's recruit a corner. And let's throw a defensive tackle in the mix here. All right, my board is very small to start here. Very small to start because that was brutal recruiting. Brutal recruiting. As always as well, diving into the stream here. If you guys want to talk ball, let's talk ball. Let's talk ball. So if you guys want to talk about anything NFL draft related, college football related, NFL related, whatever you want to do, drop it in the comments and we'll talk. I'm going to go with the gray helmet. I'm going to go gray out to open this thing up here. Striped gray helmet with blue. Let's go striped gray helmet with... Yeah, let's do blue. Gray jersey. Gray pants. Blue socks. Yeah, there it is. That's the look. All right. I am using as well. I had to pivot. I really wanted to use the go-go offense. And the rumor was they were going to put a generic go-go offense in the game. And they didn't. So, I have pivoted. I am using Florida State's offense. I am going to use old Gus Malzahn's playbook here. I messed around with it in open practice a little bit. Again, this is the first game of 2026 that I've played. We'll see how it goes. And again, I wanted to play a cupcake team here to start because I got to figure out the mechanics if it's the same defensively to pinch and stuff. And they introduced stunts and twists as well. So I got to figure out kind of how to do that. I am a 4-2-5 truther. Shell. I always do cover 0 shell. All right, so all that stuff is the same. That's good. And I always user the linebacker here. The curl flat linebacker. There we go. There's a good first down. I'm going to have to figure out the stunts when I'm not in a position to just slant outside. There's the slants. RPO. Oh, bad angle. Dang it. Yeah, I can't. Let's figure that out in a sec. There we go. All right. Well, so far we're getting really solid on first down here, and then we kind of suck on second down. Audible. Okay. I'm still trying to figure that out. This is maybe a situation for open practice more than a live game. Maybe I just play this one out until I can figure it out. 2x2. Curl flat. Sit here. Come downhill. Go get him. Go get him. Go hunting. There we go. Off the field. Off the field. Memphis Tigers, baby. These uniforms are pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. The stadium's pretty sweet as well. It's kind of got like the Autzen Field feel to it in Oregon, in Eugene, like the curvature of the stadium as well. So, all right, let's see here if we can make this offense happen. We can make this thing work. Read option would be a good way to start. Let me find an RPO. Let me find a better RPO. It's like a slant flat RPO. There's an RPO flat. I don't love that. Let's do sprint out then. Looks like zone. Yep, there it is. Take it. Easy money on first down. Give me 6 on first down. I'll take that all day. All right, give me an RPO. That's fine. I'll take that one. RPO to the flat. Let's count numbers. Looks like zone. The motion will tell us for sure. Most likely zone. Let's see if anybody carries him out there. Yep, you hand it off. There we go. First down. First down. Tight end screen. Read option. Another RPO. I do like the sneak Y pop. Let's go with the play action shot here. Too high. That Y on that post might be wide open. If not, I've got that dig coming back underneath of it. I'm going to kick protection to the left a little bit here. Well, that's not slide protection anymore. What is slide protection? Whatever. Oh, yep, right there. Again, that's my running back. Again, I always put my running back in the slot because I'm trying to get the guy as many touches as possible. But this Memphis Dynasty is off to a hot start here. RPO, Y sneak pop. All right. Reset, close. Thank you. All right. The sneak pop's not there. Let's try a slot fade. Again, the slot fade only works against single high, but we got single high here. If all those fails, I'm going to come back to right bumper and just check it down here if that slot fade's not there. Slot fade's there. Touchdown. Let's go. Let's go. That's a heck of a start here to this dynasty. Heck of a start. Again, I did want to schedule a cupcake here as my first game just to get my feet wet, but that was a an undeniable first drive. Back to quarters. All right, I'm going to have to man up there. Oh. The RPOs, man. I always struggle to defend RPOs still. Always still struggle to defend RPOs. Drop a safety into the box here. Use the hook curl. Go get him. Go get him. Let's go hunting. There we go. 3rd and long. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field here. All right, they're running 5 wide at us. I always carry in a 3 wide receiver sets. I'm always carrying the number 3 wide receiver. He sat. There we go. Get off the field. Get off the field. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Take 2 for the offense here. Let's start with the read option. I'm fine with that. Automatically know I'm handing this ball out because my key reads all the way out in the apex. So we're gonna just go ahead and hand that off. All right, not great. 2nd and long. Let's find a bread and butter-ish play. Again, I don't really have a bread and butter play because I don't have any favorite plays because this is my first game using this playbook because my playbook from last year is no longer in existence. So let's do a jet touch pass. Again, this is why I put my running back in the slot. Well, I told him to juke, but hey, we got 9 on 2nd and long, though. That'll put us in a great position. Speed option, could go back to jet touch. I kind of want to take a shot-ish because it's 3rd and 1. Let's run flood. Single high means man is definitely on the table here. Let's just read it out. Just take the flat. They blitzed from the flat. Just replace the flat. Easy money first down. Easy money first down. Vertical's Y option. Yeah, this is the play. What I am going to do here, because I love running backside posts against too high, I'm going to narrow this guy up. Let's run him on a post. If they give me that post, I'm taking the post. Nope, not there. Take the option, the tight end option. There we go. Just like that, man. Taking candy from a baby. Taking candy from a baby. All right, I can't see my plays. Thank you. I do feel like the coach's suggestion is very nerfed. Like, is there a concept? There isn't an RPO concept, even a play type RPO. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. An exit RPO. That's pretty sweet. I want a slant flat. Is there a slant flat? Ooh, I could do a bubble. I could run a bubble. Oh, there's delay game. Trying to find a freaking RPO. Yay. Classic. Again, that's why I wanted to schedule a cupcake. Let's run the bubble. RPO rebubble. Looks like zone to me based on alignment here, but yeah, throw the bubble. Yes, sir. Get in there. Victorious. 7-7, 114, 2 touchdowns passing. In my first game using this playbook, in my first game playing College Football 26 here. I always feel way more concentration when I'm streaming too because I don't want to embarrass myself live. So maybe that's it. Like checking the protections, checking the coverage is more overly thorough than just button mashing when I'm playing by myself. That might be it too. Because I tend to just button mash through things if I'm playing off air by myself. But hey, we're cooking. All right. I hate defending these stacked formations too. They're so tough. Okay, there we go. 3rd and long. Three by one look. I'm taking the tight end here. Carry him. Come back up. Pick that, please. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Giving up 10 total yards here. 19 yards passing, -9 rushing. Oh, baby. Oh. I don't know why the animation fielded it like that. I had a sideline there. Drive concept. I will run drive concept with that wheel running up the boundary to the boundary side. Looks like zone to me. Protection looks okay. 5-on-5 up front. Ah. Outside zone. Play action leak. Let's go play action Y cross. Too high. This cross should be here. If not, I'll come back to that whip route underneath. It's kind of what I'm looking here progression-wise. Take the whip route. 3rd and 1. Just like that. And get yourself in 2nd and longs. That's no big deal. Just find something comfortable. Get yourself back into 3rd and manageable. I will say I don't love the RPO selection of this playbook. Based on what I've seen so far. Let's run read option here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. Okay. Texas route. I always love a good Texas route. Yeah, let's run this. Too high and up single high here. So that Texas route's going to be eliminated here. Middle field's closed. If it's man, I'm throwing that corner. If it's man, though, I'm going to take that 9 and do a speed out here just so that corner doesn't carry in case it is man. It's not man. Just take the Texas route underneath. Keep it moving. There we go. 2nd and 3. Don't force things that you don't have to force. Let's run inside zone here. Pretty decent box to run inside zone. I'm aware of that overhang, which means my aiming point's going to narrow out here, and I'm going to try to cut this up through the A. Yep. Ooh. Just like that. It's not rocket science. Not rocket science here. We'll see how... We have a ranked opponent coming up in a couple weeks, though. We'll see how that happens once I'm the overmatched team and not the team that has a steep overall advantage. But we are cooking. All right, drop the safety. 2x2. Crash. Read option, read option. Ah. Gave up 6. All right. Going 5 wide here. So I'm going to carry 3 here. Carry 3. Oh, screen. Get out there. Thank you. 3rd medium. Time to get off the field again. 2x2. I hate defending 2x2. Hate it. Should check to cover 3. I'm just going to ride out quarters. Find a crosser. Find a crosser. Nope. Sack. There we go. Yeah, this is going swimmingly. Swimming first half. All right, decent punt return. Let's make it 4-for-4 offense. I cannot operate out of these stack looks. I don't know how to do it. It hurts my eyes. Let's run an RPO to start. Too high. Well, this motion will tell me something here. Looks like zone to me. Let's see kind of what we get here. Yep, throw it. Oh, you got to block him. Oh, okay. Pivot. I do like pivot. All right, 2-minute warning. I have all 3 of my timeouts. I could go all go. It seems like it seems pretty drastic to try to go 4 verts here. Middle field open. I am gonna can this. Play action though. I don't need to run play action. Who am I fooling by running? Right, what with play action right here? All right, the over isn't there. Throw it away. I was looking for the post over the middle of the field, the little bender route there. I'll run drive concept here on 3rd and 11. Drive concept is really comfortable for me. We're going to roll with it here. Zone coverage. Dig. Bang. Let's go. Let's go. I do see your question. Is it Slickit? Slicky? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I see your question. Give me 1 minute here. Let me get to halftime, and I will answer that question for sure. Verticals. I hit the wrong play. Let's run sail. Sail's good. Sail's good. Sail's good. I want to see if I can get to the boundary here, though. So what if I narrow out? Oh, he's going to go across. I don't love that. Get back. I should just burn a timeout here. Oh, well. Well, too late for that now. Oh, he dropped it. Which keeping in the NFC North do you think is under the most pressure next season? So NFC North would be Caleb. NFC North would be JJ. NFC North would be Goff and Love. Oh. I think it's got to be Caleb or Love, right? Love is coming off that massive payday, and he had a pretty good season. Like, I'd say he had a good season. I don't think he had a top-paying quarterback kind of season. So I think that if he doesn't perform this year, there could be some pressure there. I mean, Caleb's a number 1 overall pick, right? So anytime a number 1 overall pick plays like Caleb did last year, there's always going to be pressure coming into year 2. I mean, there's always pressure on a number 1 pick as it is. Now he's got Ben Johnson, who made Jared Goff look like prime Tom Brady. So there's reason to say Caleb. Goff is under the least pressure, I think. I don't think Goff has any pressure at all. Kill him. Thank you. I'm going to start taking timeouts here. I got a minute left. Yeah, I don't think Goff is under any pressure at all. And then I would say even JJ's got some pressure because, you know, at the end of the day, they let Darnold walk after a pretty solid season. Again, I think some of his production was a little inflated, scheme-wise, whatnot. But I'd say there's even a little pressure for JJ because there's always going to be like, oh, they should have signed Darnold. They should have re-signed Darnold. Like knocking the back of the fan base's head, right? If he doesn't play well immediately. So that's a division full of pressured quarterbacks, I guess. Pressure cooker quarterbacks, you could say. Outside of Goff. Again, I think, what does Goff have to prove at this point? You just gave him an extension last season. He's made his money. He's done his time. He probably knows, like, yeah, this team could draft a quarterback in a year or two anyway. Like, that's a distinct possibility given his age. All right, let's run a slot fade here. They're going to give me single high. They are going to give me single high. I scored off this earlier in the game here. Single high, slot fade. Let's see what they give me here. Again, my easy button is going to be right bumper here on that delayed. Throw the slot fade. Throw it up. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. He dropped it. They're going to give me the slot. Let's go double post. Because if they come out in quarters, they're going to come out in single high again. So that crosser coming back to the dig is what I'm going to read out here. Dig. There's my last time out. 34 seconds here. Fine, I'll run the slot fade again if you really want me to. Too high. Slot fade's not going to be there. So what I am going to look for is that post. And I'm going to take that slot fade and run a drag underneath of it to give myself another easy button here. Post isn't there. Just run it. Don't fumble. Okay, get out of bounds. Okay, that's best case scenario. Shallow cross is a decent one. Play action double post. I do like this, even though we're in the red zone. I'm going to can the play action, though. And I'm going to narrow out that inside post to a slant. I really want that wheel, though. It's not there. Crosser's coming. Oh, no! He got bumped. That's pass interference. Whatever, man. That crosser was supposed to keep coming, but he did not. Are they going to throw a Hail Mary? They're going to try to move the football here. Okay. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, well, you got to make the tackle, buddy. Now they might. That crosser needed to keep them. Do I think Jedrick Wills plays this year or sits out? Dude, I was told that Jedrick Wills might medically retire. Like, that's the steepness of his situation with that knee. That he might have to medically retire. So we'll see. So with that being said, no, I don't think he plays at all this year. I don't think he even signs anywhere this year. That was kind of the rumor that he wasn't going to sign anywhere. Oh, Hail Mary time. Got him. They're going to run another Hail Mary. But yeah, the rumor with Wills is that his knee's pretty messed up from the back-to-back seasons with injuries. on his knee. All right, Hail Mary one more time. Pick that. Thank you. Love a little stat pad. Love a little stat pad. Can I have a little more than a stat pad? No. Okay. I tried. Hey, that's for my first game of this new Dynasty, the new game. 24-0 at halftime. I know I scheduled a cupcake and I threw that pick right there at the end of the half on a route that I thought my receiver got bumped off the track on, but that's neither here nor there. Probably shouldn't have thrown it to begin with. We're sitting 24-0. Sitting 24-0. This stadium rules. I know I talked about it a little bit earlier, but Memphis' stadium rules. It's such a cool design. All right, read option. I don't love this box to run. Read option into corner strike, play action. Let's start off with some play action. Worst comes to worst, I hit that little slide out to the fullback, and we just get things moving here on first down. Or best case scenario, no, stop. Why did he stop his route? Keep coming to me. Oh, single high. Not running a post on single high. Let's drag him underneath here. We'll see what we can do. Yep, throw the drag. Third manageable here. Offense is stalled out a little bit after I started off super hot. Ooh, Y trail. Or slot trail here. I guess not Y trail, but I love a good trail concept. But if they're going to run me too high here, I'm going to give myself the option of that backside post. Going to give myself the option of that backside post here. Drag. Just get down. Just get the first down. Just get the first down. I'll go. This play calls suck. Let's go RPO alert screen. That's fine. Numbers wise, looks like zone. We'll see. Nope, man. Just hand it off. Tons of green grass. Maybe I should just stick to running the football a little bit here. Let's stick to football, or stick to running the football here a little bit. Or like design touches here. Like a little jet sweep here. I will say I might have to cut this one up because that edge defender is sitting real wide out there. I see him. Man coverage. Nope. Oh, yep, I should have cut it up. God dang it. Where do I view Jaden Daniels in the current QB hierarchy? So here's the thing. I'm a little more honest about like first, second year quarterbacks in that some things change when tape gets out there. Jaden is immensely talented, and he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've ever charted. So the tools in the game is there. First down. With that being said, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback quite yet. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback quite yet, but he's probably in that like 11 to 13 tier, 11 to 14 tier. All right. That zone toss play in last year's game out of the go-go with the two running backs was so good. I am still mourning the loss of the go-go playbook a little bit here. Screen, and we out. Put the shoulder down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Brandon Lewis, still 200 yards passing here, which isn't great considering I started out like 7-7 with 110 yards or something like that, but play action scissors. This is a good quarters beater. All right, so pressure's coming from somewhere. I think that corner's coming. I'm going to slide protection to the left here a little bit. I'm going to kick it to the left here. And I'm going to take Y and can that play action and just get him out there on the route. Because pressure's coming. Yep, just hit the drag. See pressure, replace pressure. Bang. Let's run an RPO. And again, the UNLV playbook had this RPO, but right bumper ran a bubble, and I loved the pairing there. Compared to what I got to choose from. To choose from here. Do I view Stroud that same hesitancy? Stroud was a little different because of the way I think Stroud won was very professional. And again, he played behind an offensive line, and Nico Collins got hurt last year, and I think that all plays against him a little bit. So I'm still really bullish on Stroud. Hesitated. Nah, fuck. So I'm still pretty bullish on Stroud. Just because he's a very professional, methodical, brilliant kind of thinker. But with that being said, like I think we need to see something happen here. They fired Bobby Slowick, right? So touchdown on that post. Let's go. Bang! They fired Bobby Slowick. They brought in a guy from the McVay tree, which I guess technically Slowick was from the Shanahan tree, I guess. But so I think he'll bounce back nicely. They did a lot to their offensive line. Not enough in my opinion. Like they kind of just tinkered around with it and added a bunch of like underwhelming vets, and we're like, oh, we threw a bunch of bodies at it. Maybe it'll work. We'll see. But I like what they do with the receiver room. I like Jalen Noel in that wide receiver room. I like him more than Jaden Higgins, to be honest, who was drafted quite a bit earlier. Obviously, Nico Collins fits really well in that room. Oh, come on. Who am I controlling right now? Jeez, I got scrambled there pre-snap. Yeah, BYU is shaking in their boots. That's right. I'm coming for him. Pick that. Thank you. Oh, didn't pick it, but we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. 31-0 here. The Memphis Tigers. All right. Let's run the ball here. Jet sweep. Jet halfback sweep. Okay, so we got a little misdirection here. Ball's still going to the running back. I like the box. Let's hit it. All right, 3 yards on first down's not terrible. Verticals, Y cross. I'm always a big fan of Y cross. They're rotating down one of the safeties though, so I'm gonna kick protection to the right there. Somebody's coming over there, and I gotta get this ball out fast, or just extend a little bit and then get the ball out. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that. Tight end screen. Let's go load option. Let's go load option. Wait, we're running option to the tight end? What kind of play design is that? All right. Okay. Okay. Fourth quarter, baby. All right. Do I get the same enjoyment out of watching college football compared to the NFL? So, this is going to sound crazy. I have 2 very young kids. College football, I can almost never watch live because I cover the Browns and I have to work on Sundays, which means the expectation is that I am spending most of my Saturdays with the kids. I can't watch a ton of college football live, so I have to digest it in all 22. I have to digest it on film almost exclusively right now. I like college football more than the NFL. I like watching college football more than the NFL. But, I'm going to go for this because I'm a menace to society. So I have to consume a lot of college football via all 22. It's okay. NFL, I do like it. The camaraderie and like the environment of the NFL it doesn't even compare to college football though. The even the authenticity of it. Like these guys, yes, there are rivalries in the NFL, but there are no real rivalries in the NFL. Like they don't hate each other the way Ohio State hates Michigan, the way Alabama hates Auburn, the way I threw that. Thank you, but so I love college football so much. I love it so much, and I just love draft content more than covering the NFL. So that plays into that as well. Crosser. Oh, gotta hit him. He's wide open. All right, so my efficiency's dropped off here a little bit at the end of this game. 3rd and 13. Let's see if they give me the slot fade. They are not going to give me the slot fade. I'll find that post, though. I'll find that post if you want to give me that post. And let's go ahead, since the slot fade's not there, let's run a high-low where I was going to run the slot fade. Might catch something there. Yep. Ah. I'm not punting. I'm not punting. I'm not punting. Let's just run all go. I'm up 31-0. Why would I punt? Okay, I've got too high. Oh, he's open. What? How did you... He's wide open. That was a touchdown. I'm distraught by that. Screen. Oh! I almost picked that off. Almost picked that off. Yeah, I completely agree, Eli Goose, about NFL rivalries. Like, I don't care about Browns Steelers, man. Like, is it cool to go beat the Steelers every once in a while? Yeah, it seems to happen once a year. And when the Browns suck, it's still cool. But like, they beat the Ravens, they beat the Steelers. That's cool, but like, okay. I don't think anybody really cares that much about NFL rivalries. I still can't believe I missed that touchdown. That guy was running wide open. Wide open. Oh, thank you. Let's get back to basics here. Let's not get out of it. Again, I'm not in love with this playbook. I'm open to suggestions. It's the best that I've played with so far. I've tinkered around with Georgia Tech. I've tinkered around with Duke a little bit. Maybe I'll play a game with Georgia Tech and we'll see how that feels. I thought this was good enough. But I don't love it. I don't love this playbook. All right, 3rd and long here. I'm carrying number 3. Oh, he's coming out, so I'll come back to a slant. Ah. Hey, what kind of angle is that, dog? The AI on this game, what the hell? What is going on? All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not running the triple option, man. I'm not doing it. Although I could go to UNLV. I could have gone UNLV and just ran the triple option with Anthony Orgy since he can't throw the freaking football. If you look at his overall, his throwing ratings, they're awful. His short accuracy is like a 70. That's how bad it is. But his jumping is like 93. His speed's 89. He's kind of fun, but he can't hit water if he fell out of a boat in this game. That kind of took me away from UNLV a little bit. UNLV is fun though because you can get some of those West Coast kids in the transfer portal to come. You're gonna kick it onside, dude. It is 31-7 with less than 2 minutes in the game. Get off me. All right. Call me crazy about the NFL product as well, but I kind of think fantasy football's ruined the NFL viewing product for me a little bit as well. Because now, like, I think NFL's viewed a lot through, like, am I winning my matchup? And yeah, I know campus to Canton exists and, like, some college fantasy leagues, like, that exists, but, like, not to the extremes that the NFL does. And I just think that's kind of killed the NFL product. Like, Red Zone's great, but Red Zone is created so that fantasy football players can keep an eye on every single one of their players at once. So I think that plays into the product a little bit between college and NFL too. Maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I'm a purist. I don't know. A little RPO action there. No. 3rd and long here. Yeah, I don't love this playbook. Let's go with the slot fade since it's the only recent play that I have available to me. Too high. Slot fade's not going to be there, but if I can catch man coverage, I might hit that corner. I'm going to be looking for that post, though. Not there. Hit the check down. 1st down. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the competitiveness of the games does matter. Every NFL game is pretty close. That's fine. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. That was stupid. Let's go jet touch. Let's get an easy look. But you can say the competitiveness of the games matter, but at the end of the year, the teams we know are going to still suck, and they still go 3-13, 3-14, whatever now. I don't know. There's one team every year that kind of surprises, but for the most part, like I feel like the NFL is pretty predictable year in and year out. All right, 4th and 4. I'm going for this. I'm going to run the same freaking play. All right. Single high. Let's bring him in. What kind of leverage is he going to give me here? Yeah, let's run a flag. Let's run a corner. See if I can hit that. Nope, not there. Hit the running back again. Touchdown. There we go. That's going to wrap up this first game of the season. I might tinker with the playbook here, man. I did not have a lot of enjoyment with this playbook. Maybe I go Texas. Texas has a ton of RPOs. Texas is really basic, though. But maybe that's okay. I don't know. What playbook have you guys always enjoyed? I'll take suggestions. You're just going to run a Hail Mary here? Nope. Fumble. Did I get it? No, I did not. All right, well, that's the game. I would call a timeout to be a dick here, but I kind of want this game to end too. So we're going to let that one roll. But hey, that's a good first step to this dynasty here. 304 passing yards. I did throw that one pick on a route that got kind of busted up, I think. Honestly, I think it should have been a touchdown. But I think it could have been a touchdown. Should have been a touchdown. Again, coaching upgrades wise, the early release, if you got the deluxe edition, gave you 110 free coins. I think that's way too cheap. So I'm not using them. I started to and I was like, wait, I don't want to do that. So I did max out the quarterback recruiting tiers. But I could blow through this rebuild if I just max out all my recruiting like coach upgrades already. That's a lot of players at risk of transfer. I don't love that. All right. So that quarterback's locked in. I got a huge advantage there. I don't need to send a house anymore. I will put 10 on him. Where are we at? We're sitting second here. We'll keep pressing. Corner. Sitting second. We'll keep pressing. I do have pipeline tier advantage there. And same pipeline tiers there. Fourth here. We'll pop 50 here on him. I do want a free safety. What's his speed, though? Safety speed. 87, that's good enough. Oh, he's ready to schedule a visit already. What? Okay. I mean, I have something to offer him, so... Come versus BYU, and I will pitch playing time. What do we got here? Sitting first, I will drop him to 35 points to put some points back in my pocket. Still a deal breaker on this guy? That's fine. I'll come off of it then. Sitting fourth. That's great. All right. Who do I want to throw some points at here? Contest catch specialist. What's his speed? 88. That's a pretty decent receiver. End of the day, that could be a receiving back too if I change his positions. Which I've had some pretty good luck doing that in the past, so maybe I'll mess around with that. 88 speed, 92 speed. This is my gem. Why do you have no recruiting points? He's supposed to have recruiting points. I'll put 35 on him. Second here. And let's take this guy. All right, I've got 25 points left. Probably not another wide receiver. Let's get a guard. Let's get an offensive lineman here. And let me take 5 points from somebody. so that I can come back through and just round that out at 25. There we go. Yeah, I do cover the Browns. Honestly, it's my I do it to fund my business account and give myself some flexibility to build my Daft on Draft brand. It's not much more than that for me right now or anymore. Who do I think starts? I think it's gonna be Flacco to start the season. I'm fine with white on white. That's beautiful. Let's roll with that. I think it's gonna be Flacco to start the season. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they need to play both the rookies because unless they don't love any quarterback in the 2026 class, even though they have the 2 first-round picks, and they don't feel like they need to take a quarterback, or if they're picking top 10, they don't feel like they need to take a quarterback, I feel like you got to see what you got in the 2 rookies before you get back to the draft and you're sitting in a position to take another one. So at some point, I think those 2 dudes got to play. I don't know how early that happens. I've been a big Shedeur Sanders truther, and if I'm going to be a draft analyst, I'm going to stand on my business no matter what round he was drafted in. So, I think he's the better of the rookie quarterbacks. We'll see what happens, but I think Flacco starts to start the season, though. Honestly, I don't think the Browns have extraordinary expectations for their 2025 season. Is the GM head coach combo cooked? Many would think that, but there doesn't seem to be any urgency. If they were cooked, if they thought they were cooked by the end of the season, they wouldn't have rolled into the draft with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco as their starting quarterbacks. If they had any sense of urgency, they would have gone after a quarterback, a real quarterback. So I think they would be. But it seems like the owner is kind of taking ownership, no pun intended, of the Watson failure, and isn't really holding the head coach and GM's feet to the fire over that. So I don't know. As far as Daft on Draft business is concerned, again, you guys can subscribe to the Substack. It is $8 a month or $80 for the year. So if you subscribe for the full $80 for the year, you do get 2 months free. I've been dropping 3 premium contents a week. Again, Dalton and I record 3 podcast episodes a week in the off season, 4 during the season. Podcast episodes are free. Obviously, we're not putting those behind a paywall, but the 3 content, premium content, including my entire weighted on target percentage database, which is my own charting metric I created, trying to find the ball placement and accuracy profile of all these quarterbacks. You get access to all that. You get access to a Discord channel just for being a free sub. It is all NFL draft focused, yes. The premium contents I have been dropping are scouting notebooks, so my thoughts on players that I've been watching, things I've heard from scouts. Premium contents, the Discord channel does have a couple locked channels where you can request scouting reports, and there is an insider information channel as well. Again, things I've heard from scouts, agents, about sleepers, risers. I dropped the entire NFS and Blesto grades, which are NFL scouts give out summer grades on upperclassmen. Blesto grades some underclassmen. I got both of those spreadsheets, and so I shared those in the insider information channel. I've been doing video content as well, which I've really enjoyed doing. About 70-minute videos, an hour to 70-minute videos, where I'm just breaking down a prospect live. I literally start with a blank notebook. My notebook's right here, actually. I have notes taken on this because it's a player I watched off camera, or not breaking down on camera. But and I will literally scout the player from top to bottom on camera, share my thoughts as I'm doing it, and we'll break a player down together. I've charted games live on those video contents as well. My most recent video content is actually I charted a John Mateer game live, his Boise State game live, and kind of broke down what I saw. So I've had a lot of fun doing those. And then I've been trying to drop 1 weighted on target percentage profile per week as well. Today I dropped Sam Levitt, Arizona State quarterback Sam Levitt. Again, $8 a month, $80 for the year. But if you just want to do a free sub, you could do a free sub. You'll be on the email list. You'll get all the emails. Once the season starts, I will drop some free content like mock drafts, stuff like that. I'm not going to paywall mock drafts. Why would I do that? Mock drafts once the season starts. Every podcast episode you'll get an email about. And then you will get an invite to the Discord channel where there's probably 50 members in the Discord channel at this point. And we just talk about ball. There's a million different channels, things you can talk about. But there are those 2 locked channels as well just for paid subs. But it's created a pretty cool community, though. in my opinion. It's been pretty cool to watch it kind of blossom. I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers as well, so that's a big deal. I'd like to get the paid sub number up a little bit, but I'm doing my best to make it worth that $8 a month with the 3 premium content. And then we're in the off season right now. Once the season starts, I always drop a weekly review of all the quarterbacks that I've charted, and like a blurb for each quarterback's performance. I will probably do 1 live charting on video per week, in addition to breaking down a player live, like live scouting. Inside the film room is what I call them on the site. Again, the website's listed right down here below, daftondraft.football. I am on X. I am on TikTok as well. Really, the TikTok is I'm just posting YouTube shorts, like shorts that I'm cutting for YouTube. I'm just throwing them on TikTok as well. Or I'm uploading inside the film room stuff like that. Is my goal to work for a team? No, mainly because I'm 33 and I have a family. Like, NFL scouts are on the road all the time, and they make like $40,000 to travel all the time. So that's just not like something my lifestyle fits into. I want to be a full-time draft analyst. That's my dream. Travel to all the events. I do go, like this past year. I mean, I go to the combine every year. I cover the combine. I went to the Shrine Bowl this past year as well. I've had to kind of choose between Shrine and Senior each of the past couple of years because, again, my family is very young. My kids are very young, and I can't go back to back. I know a lot of people do the circuit. They go back to back, Shrine to Senior. I can't take the 8 to 10 days off in a row to do that. I also still work a full-time job as well on top of my football content, so don't have the days off to do that until I can do this full-time. So that's my dream, is to do this full-time. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Just some perks that come with my my day job as well that I can't quite quit. I work for the YMCA of Central Ohio, and my kids go to a YMCA daycare as well, and so I get 55% off that child care, which is indispensable. So some stuff that I can't quite quit yet. So, but eventually the goal is to do this full time, and I will get there. Right now it is 2 full-time workloads though, and I'm okay with that for the temporary, because this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about, so I'm going to put the work into it. I'm going to build this thing, so by the time I can, it's good to go. We're ready to fly. We're already flying. So that's what I want to do. That's where I want to be. Drive concepts. Shit, I hesitated. Second and long, though, so that's fine. We'll get to third and short. Here. I scored a touchdown already. I am completely blanking on when I scored a touchdown or how I scored a touchdown. Let's run a speed option here. All right. What we got here? Snap the ball. There we go. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I pitched a second too early. I was waiting to initiate contact right there. That was a touchdown if I could have got him to initiate. Stick concept's great. I need to run the ball more. I haven't been running the ball at all. I am going to take this slant, though, and make it a post because I got too high. And if they give me that, I'm taking it. It's not there. That's a touchdown, though. That's a touchdown, though. I'll take that. I'll take that. Bang. How much crossover do you think my community has with reception perception? A little bit. A little bit. So their charting process is much different than my charting process. So, like, when I started working for reception perception, mainly they do a lot of they want mostly NFL-related content, right? Because I think much of their following is a fantasy community, So they want to know these wide receiver charting profiles that Matt's dropping. They want to know these quarterback charting profiles that I'm dropping for reception perception, mainly to know, like, should I draft this guy in fantasy football? There's a little bit of overlap, though. I like working for reception perception because that's really my taste of NFL. Like, that's the only taste of NFL I'm going to get, because I focus so much on college football in season. So coming back and getting to do a little bit of NFL, yeah. I have gotten a few subs from reception perception, not a big amount. Luckily, I have. What I will say, the Substack community is great because you can recommend other Substacks, and I've got some pretty big other Substackers recommending me. So I see a lot of carryover there. Mainly free subs for now, but even if I can get guys on an email list, and they can see the content dropping, I think there's a way to create some converts in that regard as well. So yeah, but like, yeah, so that's the way I think I get most of my non-organic subs. Is that way, but reception perception's been great, man. I've really enjoyed that. It was interesting though when I did the NFL draft guys for reception perception and did their charting after I had already done my charting. It's like, gosh, I gotta rechart these guys. Now I know, assuming they want to bring me back next draft season as well, to do both processes at the same time. So that way, by the time the season ends, ready to go. All right, come on, let's get off the field. 3rd and long. I'm gonna check to cover 3 here. And I'm gonna take Watts. Sit on crossers. Yep, come down. Trigger down. There we go. Punting the ball. All right. I also realized I didn't change my playbook, so I've been running the Malzahn playbook again here, that's fine. It's just okay. But yeah, even if you guys don't want to pay for a sub right now, I get it, but I would recommend being a free subscriber, getting on the email list, and getting that invite to the Discord channel. I am on Heisman. I will prove it. I'll prove it. Options. Settings. I'm on Heisman. So, did want to prove that. But, yeah, I would recommend just being even a free sub, subscribing at DaftOnDraft.football, and just getting that access code to the Discord channel and just joining that community, because it's been a lot of fun. Guys are in there talking about players all the time they've watched, what like everybody else thinks about them, and some stuff like that as well. So I'm sure once the season hits as well, there will be a lot of game day chatter, some stuff like that too that's really going to pop off. Cut that up. Thought I had a backside cut there. I got 2. That's fine. Slot fade. It's too high. It's not going to be there. Let's run that drag. Oh, come on. Georgia State is not too loud for me to call a hot route. I'm up 14-0. There. Thank you. Jeez, oh Pete, man. Nope. Nobody home. All right. I've been using my legs a little bit more this game. I don't like to do that. I want to stand here. I want to throw within structure, but this is what I got to do. Too high. I'm going to look for that crosser here right off the rip here. If not, I'm going to come back out to right bumper. Or Y. I've got two kind of easy buttons to hit there in case I don't get a look that I want. But, I'm stupid. Forced it. That's my bad. I do move up conferences once I built it up. So when I did my Texas State one, I ended up moving to the Big 12 eventually. I also get creative with the Pac-12 since it's only Oregon State, Washington State, and I call it the Pacademic 12, and it's only 10 teams, but I shove every high academic standard school that can't compete in their own conference into the Pac-12. So like the Naval Academy, like the military academies, Northwestern, Stanford, Cal, those kind of schools, I threw them all in the Pac-12. Notre Dame, I know Notre Dame's independent, but I threw Notre Dame in there too. So I did create the Pac-12, build it up that way a little bit. Boston College is in that conference. Oh my God. But I do typically like to move up after like year 3. Like after year 3, I'll move up. Memphis, probably Big 12 as well, is kind of where I'll probably move up to. Sac, there we go. Spot concept. Okay, that's fine. 3rd and goal. I'm going to take a timeout here. Give myself a chance here to get the ball back a little bit. Check to cover 3. Man, I can't believe that. Got a chance to get up 21-0. Instead, this entire game could be flipped. Okay, 4th and goal. Give up 3. That's fine. That's fine. Man. Thank you, Eli Gibbs. I appreciate the shout to the podcast. Dalton and I, off season, we're doing summer scouting a little bit different where we're going team by team. instead of like position by position. Eventually, I think we'll get to position by position, but right now we're going team by team and breaking down the players on that team. We're moving on to Penn State now. We've done Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oregon, Texas, going based off of the the postseason rankings. So we're doing Penn State offense tonight, actually. After I get off here, we're recording. Dalton lives in Portugal. I don't know if you know this. Dalton, he's moving back at the end of the month to the States, but he's lived in Portugal for the past like 3 or 4 years, and so we have a 5-hour time difference, so it'll be 5 a.m. his time, midnight my time when we record. Typically how we've been recording. But he is moving back at the end of the month. He's made that announcement public. Oh, I did not want to take that time out. Damn it. All right, I got no timeouts here. About a minute left. Sprint out is fine. I like the sprint corner. I've had a lot of success with this play. Throw the corner. Yes, sir. Dude, he's wide open. 4th and 1. I'm going for this. I can't. How are we missing these throws, man? How are we missing these throws? Get out of bounds if you can. Thank you. I do like vertical wide choice. Too high. Let's narrow him in here. And let's run that post again. I do love a backside post, so if they give it to me, I'm taking it. No. Take the choice route. Yep. Let's get on the line. Let's run it again. They're going to give me too high again, so I am going to go ahead and run that backside post. Run it again just like I had it last time. Post is there. Yes, sir. There we go. There we go. Connected. Get on the line. Do I run all go? Let's give me something towards the boundary. Let's do corner strike. Can to play action, though. I don't need to play action. Not going to fool anybody. Oh, come on. No way. Okay. There's some bugs in this, for sure. All right, get out of bounds. There's some bugs. Need to be a high-low dig. I've got 32 seconds here. Let's go all go. I can make this work. Too high. That's fine. Let me see. What kind of leverage are they going to give me here? Let's run a corner here. Let's see how that works. End of the day, I've got my check to come. Nope, not the corner. Come up and get that. Go get. Oh, he dropped it. Let's go slot fade. They're going to give me too high, though. Yeah. So the corner against man coverage used to be unbeatable in 25. I have learned that it is not in this game. On your horse. Yes, sir. Out of bounds. There we go. What's the most big boy throw a quarterback can make? Man, that's a good question. What's my favorite throw? I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes who said, like, throw the post, right? I think those alert posts are some of the prettier. Oh, no, 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 no! Okay. Oh! That's one of those situations, like, I just threw a pick, and then my tight end breaks a million tackles and gets in the end zone. I think some of those alert post throws are some of the most beautiful things, where they're not in the progression, like they're not part of the progression, but you're tipped off to something pre-snap that says like, oh, this guy's going to be running down the field, and those throws. Joe Burrow is so good at finding those alert posts. Those are some of my favorite throws. In terms of like pure arm talent, like those opposite hash corner throws to the boundary. Probably like one of the most big boy throws you can make. All right, halftime, baby. 21-3. I don't feel super pretty about this. How that went. That wasn't a pretty half, but we're up 3 scores. Whew. All right, let's do this thing. No mercy here. Step on the throat. Come out in the half and score here. I have not run the ball. Like, at all. Let's do an RPO. I've got a bubble or a screen. Honestly, the box to run this is probably what I'm going to do here. Yep. Well, if the guard blocks the frickin' mic... My God. Y cross. Easy button throw is going to be the check down here. If it's man... No. Yep, take the check down. There we go. And there you go. He's off to the races. Just give me, like, inside zone. Thank you. Just give me inside zone. It's a decent box to run into there. Cut up. 4 yards. I'll take 4 yards. Y cross again, or halfback angle. Let's go halfback angle with that kind of crosser bender-ish. Single high, though, so post most likely is there. I need an easier button then. Just take a speed out right there. Nope, speed out's not there. Take the angle. There we go. Just like that. Just think through it. Just read through it. Double post. Coming out in single high again, so those posts aren't going to be there, but I'll read crosser to dig here. And I'm going to slide protection to my right because they're overloading that right side of the line here. Half slide to the right, thank you. And now close. And snap the ball. Oh, where's my crosser? It's fine, I'll just throw the dig then. Accidentally kept the crosser in a block there. Let's run an option. We'll try the option again. Oh, this is the one that goes to the tight end, though. No. Can that inside zone. That's a good box to run inside zone into. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hitch corners, speed option. This one's going to the running back. Numbers aren't great to the option side, though. So I also here might just check the halfback dive. Well, wide receiver, you did a good job of grinding on him, but not a great job of blocking him. All right. Trail concept is undefeated, especially down here. Let's see what they give us. Pressure's coming. Trail concept. Touchdown. Bang. Just like that. 270 yards passing, 60 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on the day. BYU better be ready. They better be ready. I'll probably stream again like Wednesday night and play BYU on Wednesday night. That probably sounds like something I'll do. All right. What we got here? It's a guy I would have carried, but I got bumped off the snap there and completely redirected out of the play. That was great. That was cool. Love my life. Love my life. Slants. Pick that. There's 3 guys around the football. I've had 1 interception so far through these 2 games. I'd love to have a user pick. That'd be great. Here it is. Nope, screen. There we go. All right, 3rd and long. Let's get out the field. Sit. Take that drag. Eliminate it. There we go. Pick that off. Pick it. I know they said that those interceptions where your back is turned to the football aren't going to happen a whole lot in this game, and man, that's true. Those would be picks 10 times out of 10. Yeah, Derek Klassen was doing charting for reception perception. Derek Klassen actually recommended me for the gig once he got the athletic gig. They asked him, like, well, you know anybody else doing this? And he let them know that I spent a lot of time charting quarterbacks, so that worked out really well for me. And again, yeah, if I could use that as a stepping stone, that would be Same way Derek did? That'd be something else. That'd be fantastic. All right. There's a good run. Let's go read option. Like the box. Nope. No, I shouldn't have pulled that. Dang it. Button mashed A. The read option still trips me up because in the old NCAA 14, A was to hand it off. Now A is to keep. And it trips me up still. Crosser. Yes, sir. Bang. There we go. Toss. That's too much on third and one. That's too cute. RPO hitch. Yeah, let's do RPO hitch. Looks like, man, if any of those guys bail, though, I'm throwing that hitch. Nope, hand it off. Just get the first down. Over the shoulder. First down. There we go. Back to a crosser? Yeah, let's back to a crosser. Crossers against too high, man. They are the way to go. Crossers against too high. First down. Let's do whip cross. That's fine. Whip right cross. And again, another crosser here. Oh, baby. This looks like man coverage. B on that drag might be running free or the running back up the seam. Nope, they fell out into the zone. That's fine. I'll just do this. Get down. The mechanics for sliding seem easier in this game. Sliding was a little tough in the last one, honestly. Unless you slid with the perfect timing, you were getting blasted. Blasted. All right, fourth quarter here. Play one more quarter here. I'll get us out of here for the night. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a great conversation. Had a blast talking with you guys. I'm going to stay up late. Again, I got to record Dalton. Probably scout a few more Penn State players for tomorrow's defensive episode. We're doing Penn State offense tonight. Defense tomorrow. Got a little jet touch pass here. Cut it up. They nerfed the jet touch passes as well. Those used to be indestructible last year's game. You could just get chunk play after chunk play. All right, single high. Post most likely not here, but I do have curl flat. It's man coverage. Throw it away. Nope. Nope. Texas route. I'll do Texas. Let me go ahead and create a high-low that side too. Let me smart route B. Nope, that's not smart route anymore. Corner. What's smart route? Right bumper. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. But again, if that tight end runs up the seam, it's a touchdown. Nope. Oh, he dropped it. They defended that pretty well. I'm going to go for this just because I'm bored. Beat the crap out of them. Yeah, let's go vertical Y option. And again, too high. So I'm going to try to find that backside post. here. I'm going to hunt it out. If not, I've got either a check down or I've got the choice route here. Post is there. Touchdown. Bang. There we go. If you give me too high, zone coverage, I'm hunting the backside post. I'm hunting it. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to the backside post. All right, 35-3. We are rolling. Might have to start the Brendan Lewis Heisman campaign here soon. Trips to the right. They're just going to run the clock out. All right. Works for me, man. Works for me. 2x2. Check cover 3. Read option. Got him. All right. 3rd and 8 here. Let's get off the field again. Memphis is off to a thrilling start. Mine. Give it to me. I want those, man. Those are picks in last year's game. Not this one. Not this one. Georgia State Stadium really cracks me up, too. It's the old Atlanta Braves Stadium that they sold to Georgia State. You could definitely tell it used to be a baseball stadium. Red zone, play action, Z-bang. I'm not in the red zone yet. Wildcat jet touch pass. Let's do that. All right, let's get it going. All right, there's 3, 5, okay. RPO bubble. Throw the bubble. There's another 8 yards right there. 255 and 5 touchdowns passing. Again, I'd like to be a little more explosive than this, but I'll take what I can get. Let's do the vertical Y option again. Just because they're going to start telling me to run the clock out, and I'm going to have to I'm just going to have to find recent plays to keep it going. Backside post again. It's there. Throw it. Thank you. All day long. All day long. Jet touch pass. I don't love the box here. Let's go play action read. I've got a little crosser coming across here. I've got easy buttons coming back to me. Crosser is not there. Comeback's not there. Take off. Inside zone. They're giving me a stacked box. Slants. But if they're going to give me man, let me bring him in. See if I can't get a backside out. Let's see if I get that out. If he doesn't clear that. Beat that defender. Oh, they dropped out into zone. I'll do that. That's a touchdown. Not the prettiest thing I could have done there, but 9 carries, 77 yards. Pretty good day at the office here. $42-3. All right. Let's lock them down here. Do that. RPO. Bad angle on my part. Dang it. I need a user pick. I haven't had one yet. I need one. RPO. It's well defended. There we go. 3rd and 1. Hand it off. 1st down. Dang it. All good. Let's do that. Let's check the cover 3. 2-minute warning. Gonna keep running RPOs at me, buddy. Or jet touch. Take the running back up the seam. Thank you. Bang. There we go. We're having a good day at the office. No, where am I going? Oh. How is it compared to 2025? It's a little different. User picking is a lot harder in this game, I found out. Mechanically, it's pretty similar. I haven't figured out the stunts and twist things yet. That's a new feature. Haven't figured that out yet. Probably have to go into practice to try to figure that out. But yeah, it's pretty similar. I think I'm just most heartbroken that the go-go playbook is gone because Brendan Marion took the job at Sac State, and the rumor was that they were going to put in a generic go-go offense, and they haven't. So the UNLV offense from last year is gone as we know it. So I've got to find a playbook. I'm using Florida State's Gus Malzahn's playbook right now. It's okay. It's not my favorite. But yeah, it plays pretty similar to last year. Some of the... What I will say is some of the stuff that were like easy man beaters offensively, like if you gave me flat out leverage on corner routes, I could beat you all day. I haven't had success like running a lot of corners against man coverage the way you could in 2025. Stuff like that is different. But it's pretty similar to last year's game. I shouldn't have thrown that. Okay. 2nd and 11. All right. Well, I'm going to go back to recent plays because you're just going to tell me to run the clock out, and I'm not going to do that. Run a post. Yeah. Throw the owl. That's a bad ball. Jesus. Okay. 1 per game. I'm destined to throw 1 per game. Just what it is. All good. 2-0 start to the Memphis rebuild here, the Memphis Dynasty. So I played a couple of cupcake games to start the season just to get my feet wet. We do have ranked BYU up on the schedule next. Again, I'll probably be back on Wednesday night to play that one. Give myself a day off. But we are sitting pretty here. Recruiting's tougher too. Maybe they just nerfed the amount of gems in the game, but I mean, I scouted probably 30 players and found 3 gems. Yeah. The 2025 rookies for Dynasty, I will be completely honest with you. I will give you my thoughts based on my NFL draft analysis, but I really suck at fantasy football and fantasy football analysis. I'm trying to even think about Tet. Tet's going to get targets. He's going to get a ton of targets. So that's fairly safe. Outside of that, man, not a lot of pretty wide receivers to take in fantasy football this year. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I kind of like buying low on Jalen Noel in Houston because Tank Dell might not play football again. Egbuka's going to get a ton of targets too. Because Chris Godwin's probably not going to play football till like October, November. I like Noel better than Higgins in Houston. I've already said that once before. Matthew Golden is fine, but I do wonder like what's the difference in his role between him and Jaden Reed. Yeah. So I kind of have some issues with that with Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed. Trey Harris fits a need in Las Vegas or Los Angeles. They're going to run the ball so much, though. Like, Jim Harbaugh just wants to freaking run the football. So, I don't know if I'd buy a whole lot of Trey Harris stocks. I think Tet's going to get a lot of targets, and I like Jalen Noel kind of low. Those are the kind of two that I would think at this point. I'm going to go ahead and advance the week here. I did get some coins here. About 10 coins to spend. Again, Deluxe Edition, you got 110 free coins. I'm opting not to use them because I feel like that would ruin the Dynasty if I could just completely max out my coach to start the Dynasty. So I'm showing some self-restraint, but I did earn 10 coins, so let's go ahead and do some stuff here. Offensive lineman, advanced look. We'll do that. Cool. All right, number 11, BYU coming up here. Let me recruit real fast this week and get out of here. Again, I'm spending a lot of time on a quarterback. This quarterback is set. Bring him out week 6. And pitch playing time. Oh, scheduling a visit is different amount of points. It was always 40 points last year. This is different. It was 20 to schedule a visit here. It's 15 to schedule a visit here. This is interesting. Can I schedule a visit here? Nope. Okay, I'm first here by a decent amount. Let's go ahead and pull off and drop it down to 35 from 50. First here by a decent margin. Yeah, let's pull off 25. Throw on 10, drop him to 15. Second here, so I'm going to keep pushing. Fourth here, keep pushing. Fourth here, keep pushing. Third here, keep pushing. Sixth, let's throw 50 on him. First, good there. I'm out of the running here. Second here, so we'll keep the pressure on there. I got 20 points left over here. I probably need to recruit some offensive linemen. I've got enough wide receivers, man, on my board. Let's throw... I could do a corner, or I could do another offensive lineman. I'm going to do an offensive lineman here. And there we go. That'll be my board for the week. All right, guys. Again, I really do appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with me. First 2026 stream, early release drop here. Memphis 2-0 here to start. So doing some good stuff right off the rip here. Thanks to Brennan Lewis and the gang here. Again, I'll probably be back on Wednesday night. Again, I will say one more time. DaftOnDraft.football is the Substack. That is my headquarters. That is where all of my premium content is. $8 a month, $80 for the year. Again, if you pay for the year, you get 2 months free. But again, a free sub gets you on the email list where you'll still get contents, free previews. I will have some more free content in season, like mock drafts, stuff. I'm not going to paywall a mock draft, stuff like that. But most importantly, even a free sub gets an invite code to my Discord channel. There's about 50 members in the Discord channel right now. Guys just talking ball in there all over the place. And it's pretty awesome. There are some lock channels just for paid subs, like insider info, stuff I hear from scouts, agents, things like that. I'll drop in that. So there are perks. The $8 a month, $80 a year, I'm dropping 3 premium contents a week. Today, I just dropped a ball placement and accuracy profile on Sam Levitt. Again, for those of you who don't know, my forte is charting quarterbacks. I chart for ball placement and accuracy. I've been dropping one of those profiles a week. The entire weighted on target percentage database is in a Google Drive. I will share that with you if you are a paid subscriber. You can see every single chart of every single game that I've charted of every single quarterback that I've charted there. Video content once a week as well. Again, 70-minute inside the film rooms where I literally start. This is my scouting notebook right here. I literally start with a blank page on the player that we're watching, and we watch them together. I talk through it together. I take notes from zero to finish a report on camera. So you can kind of hear my process, what I'm seeing, things like that as well. I do one of those a week. So again, I'm trying my best to do 3 premium contents per week. But that's it for now, man. Follow along in that Discord channel on Substack if you want to. Daft on Draft podcast, 3 episodes a week as well. Those aren't paywalled, of course. So wherever you get your podcast, you can find the Daft on Draft podcast. But until next time, I'm Corey Kinnan, and thank you so much for hanging out with me.